Hi guys, and welcome back to Archie Hamilton Racing, where you join me for what is a seriously exciting video. You may have seen I bought this certain Porsche GT3 RS and I collected it a few days ago, and what a lot of you have been saying, what I've promised, is a proper first drive video. I drove the car back from Redline Specialist Cars and it took me roughly 4 to 5 hours, so on that journey that was pretty much the first drive, but this is the first proper in-depth drive we are going to have with my new Porsche GT3 RS. It is an absolute dream come true. Thank you all so much for the comments. I was just overwhelmed. Obviously I would hope that you liked it, and you have. It's honestly, it's a dream come true, it really is. And I'm still looking at it today, and started it up this morning and I thought, how on earth is this mine? But it is mine, and today we're going to go for a proper drive and really enjoy it. Look through every single comment, and I wish I could reply to every single one, but the support was amazing. So I have seen your comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So like I say, welcome to my new Porsche GT3 RS. I'm getting too excited. GT3 RS in the ultraviolet, which it is in. I've just come to Battersea Park to park it up, but we're not staying around London today. If you think we are heading into the countryside because we need to let this loose. 9,000 RPM. We are driving out to the countryside to get a proper feel for this car. And here it is, my new Porsche GT3 RS sat here. I'm not parked up, by the way. I've just come here just to start the video so you guys can see it properly before we get going. But look at that, how stunning does it look? For me, this car is just honestly the perfect spec. I'm super happy with the ultraviolet. It has ceramics, it has absolutely everything. When you come around this way and you look at it with the purple sort of shining and this massive rear wing, and I think that's where it just works so well, this car. It's amazing, and how low the car actually sits. It's you know, kind of, when you put about one finger through there, it's just perfect. And with the AH number plate on it as well, it's just a dream. It really is just a dream. There are a few things I want to do, not necessarily wrap it, because I'm not wrapping this car, but other things. A lot of people also have told me that I need to get rid of the number plate on the front, the AH66 number plate, but personally, because I think that is such a good registration, I'm going to be biased. I think it looks good, personally. Let me know your comments. Put it in the comment section down below. Do you want to see that removed or do you want it to stay? But I personally think it does look good. Look at it there. Look at that. That is unbelievable. Look at the bird singing. Hello. But look at it there. It looks pink. Not that I want it to look pink, but the ultraviolet is always changing in loads of different lights, which is really interesting. Like now it goes a little bit darker, and I've gone darker as well, but it goes different colors. The more you sort of walk around it and different shades of light, it goes a different color. And I was driving back from Redline on the motorway. I was super happy, super comfortable, and it felt amazing. But what we're also going to do is then we're going to drive outwards to the countryside, and when we're at the countryside, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hear this baby properly. And here we go. We are inside the GT3 RS, and as you can see, it has done 3,500 miles. A very low mileage car, but look at the white dials which you have directly ahead of us before we get started. I love the GT3 RS part there, but it is just so nice in here. And what I have here is the key, which is the same colour as the car. How cool is the Porsche key? It's amazing, actually. It just looks so good, doesn't it? Anyway, let's start it up. There we go. I didn't have my foot hard enough on the brake, and we are underway. How do I look in here, ladies and gentlemen? It is insane. It is absolutely the smile on my face. And listen to the engine. It's just so raw. I think everything which we're going to witness in this video is how raw this car is. Like everything, like when you go around town and the clunks and things like that, when you hear in the gearbox, and in a good way, not in a bad way. It is a racing car. It's a racing car for the road. I'm in amazing comfort, but it feels like I'm in a racing car. Does that make sense? All the different exhaust buttons and things, and PDK Sport, etc. When I drive along, I just press this, and there you go. You can hear the exhaust turn a little bit louder, and then you can have PDK Sport. I believe that's for your pedals to be a little bit faster, sport, etc. Suspension, no doubt. And then pit speed. I love the fact how you've got a pit speed limiter in this car. That is just shows how this car is designed for the circuit. Exhaust button on. Whoa! Welcome into my Porsche GT3 RS, where I'm heading out of London to see. Just to give give this a proper run, as you can see by the smile on my face. This is a dream come true, it really is. As you can see around me, the roll cage. We have a roll cage here, we have the Porsche logo in front of us, we have the white dials, and we're just cruising. Honestly, that's a really just good thing about it. But then when you want to take it and rev it all the way out, you can as well. It's a total different experience than what I had when I owned my Lamborghini Huracan. It's just different. And people always said to me, once you own a Porsche, you will never ever go back, and you will always appreciate it. And I think I've got a small glimmer of just what those guys meant. This has front lift as well, which is very useful for London. So when I'm driving around town, the lift is very instant. A few things I need to do to it. I need to paint protect it. I've said, I didn't really say on my video when I collected it, but I do want to paint protect it. I love the colour, and I don't want to change the colour. So before any of you out there are like, I know he's gonna wrap it, he's gonna do an exhaust, well, maybe that part, but you know what I mean. The colour is not changing. So anyone out there worrying if I am wrapping this car, do not panic. I am not wrapping it. I do want to paint protect it. Ultraviolet with black wheels was always my dream spec. I now own an ultraviolet RS with black wheels, so why would I wrap it? Exhaust, a few tricks up my sleeve on that front. But if you, that's first, that's at 6,000 RPM. It just revs. What is going on? It just revs. And you know what? The best thing is you can probably take it on a track and then you just drive it home. You just drive it home afterwards. And I have made it into the countryside. Here we go, sports fans. We are just about to get this and get hearing this car. I'm so excited. This is when we start properly hearing and seeing all about what this car is all about. Engine idling very, very nicely, but look at that, come on. It is ready to go. But when you just park it up on a country lane like we are, and you just look at it like there, you just think that is awesome. And when you look at it from here also, we've got the running xenons, which I've not shown you, but yeah, these just are running all the time when you've got the lights on auto, so that's cool when you're sort of going down the motorway. It gives it, you know, a little bit more presence and stuff like that. I love daytime running lights, and I love what they're like as well. One thing I'm a massive fan of as well, and that is the arches on the front, because that, honestly, the more you look at it, the better looking it gets. And it's amazing that this car is a 2016 car, because it's timeless. It really is timeless. Some cars 2016, they sort of look a little bit older now, but this, it just doesn't, does it? It really doesn't look older. The more you look at it, the better looking it gets. Let's jump in, get revving. I don't think we're going to rev to 9,000, but let's see how we get on. Enjoy it. I think this is where you'll get a full feel for the steering, full feel for everything with this GT3 RS. So, just having another look. Let's jump in. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, exhaust mode is on. We're just about to hear what this GT3 is on, and it's on this. Wow! Oh my good God! What is going on? I can't believe it. That's first gear, that's 5,000 RPM, okay? And if nothing makes sense in this video, I apologise, because this is the first time I've driven my car listening to it like this. Let's say we're in first gear now, we're revving, we're revving, we're revving. Now we shift. Now we shift. Like, come on. One gear. We're doing, you know, 5,000 RPM. Another gear. This is stock. Can we just remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is stock. We haven't even messed around with anything with it, which is the part which I cannot get my head around, is that it can be even louder than this. And the way it turns in, the way it brakes, the way it goes up the gears, it's like just the best piece of engineering that I've ever been in. That's the thing. Here we go. Makes me feel all emotional. It's ridiculous. And the way it just gathers speed so quickly as well. But it just feels amazing. What? It's like, it's just not going to break either. It's not going to break. You can just hear it like that. And then you could go to a track and then you could just drive home on the way back. And I know a lot of people said, wait till you drive a GT3 RS, wait till you own something like that. Trust me, you'll never go back. And I can just see that now. I've just never driven anything like it in my whole life. Obviously I've driven Tony's one around the circuit and stuff, but I've never driven one or ever thought that I would own one. And now driving it, and honestly I feel like properly emotional driving it. And I hope it's coming across because I've never driven anything like it in my life. I honestly, it's just the best car in the world, and I never even thought I would own something like this. The fun that you can have in it is beyond any other car, because you get your foot down, you feel it, and it's safe. It's not going to stick you in a hedge. Listen to the noise! Listen to it! What sounds better than that in my eyes? I do have to remember that this is stock as well, but it's just taking my breath away, honestly, and I feel the luckiest guy in the world, I really do. And I think the Lamborghini Huracan, don't get me wrong, it's a mega bit of kit. It really is a mega bit of kit, and I was the luckiest guy to own that. But there's something about this where it just feels that I'm coming home, and I feel that's the side of my racing side. That's the side of racing Carrera Cup cars in my time and racing cars around the world, and this is where I feel that I'm right in this. And I feel with Dean from Redline, he said, I've seen you drive other cars, but when you stepped in that, I think it's just you, and it is me. A lot of you guys said that as well, and it is me. It's me through and through. Track stuff, I am going to be taking it on a circuit. Stuff in the hills, I'm going to Monaco soon. This is coming with me. We can make it louder. I don't just want to wrap it, I want to look after this one. I really, really do. It's something which I hope I will never have to sell. I think it's one of those cars where, no, I don't want to wrap it. No, I don't want to just go put an exhaust in it. I want to look after it. I want to treasure it, because I think if I can keep hold of this, financially hope that I can keep hold of this, in 2-3 years time, I look back on it. Will it have lost any money? Probably not. I mean, all cars lose money, but it's a collectible, and GT3 RS, I see it as that. So like I say, I'm speechless. And I hope you guys get the chance to one day go in a GT3 RS and enjoy it, because it's one of those cars where it's just that good. It is just that good, and I just cannot wait to share all the future content with you all. You've all been amazing supporters of mine, and I'm gonna have to pull over now because I need a little bit of time to myself to think about, first of all, not only how have I afforded this, but second of all, just to take in what an amazing piece of engineering this is. We can turn the exhaust mode off, but it's been amazing. What a bit of kit. This is stock, ladies and gentlemen. At the moment, this car is stock. What is going on? And there we have it. We have silence, but I've just come to a country road. I've just parked the car up. I've just sort of sat here for 5-10 minutes just looking at it with time to myself. It's just the best. It is just the best. A smile on my face. I try and capture everything as real as I can, because this is what I want to show you, because this is just a dream come true. It really is. And to bring it out to the countryside, to get a proper feel for just how good at a piece of engineering it really is. Not only just how it drives in terms of the gears and the brakes and the steering and everything, and the way the experience is. It's just such an experience in a Porsche GT3 RS. It's the way it looks, and the way it looks is amazing. And you drive a car, you sort of experience it, but then you jump out and you sort of think, wow, it's that good, but then it looks incredible as well. The place we need to take this to is a race circuit, and I feel there I can do a proper track day, and I could properly show you what these cars can really do, push it hard, etc. And track tutorials, you name it. We can just get really stuck in with that sort of content, and enjoy what this is supposed to do. You can turn up to a circuit, you fuel it up, you hoon it round, and you drive home. Fingers crossed you drive home anyway. Look at it. Just look at it sat there. Probably bored of looking at my face, so I'll give you a little last walk round. But like I say, this is not being wrapped, ladies and gentlemen. This is staying the colour it is. It has to stay the colour it is. We are not changing it. But I do believe that I do want to do paint protection coming up in the next couple of days. I know a lot of you guys have been saying, so fingers crossed we can get that sorted in the next couple of days. I think this car is, when you look at it at that angle, is when it just really shows off how amazing it really is. And I think yeah, like I say, looking at it like that, I just can't get my head around it. Or when you look at it from here as well, and you have these little grooves actually which go down the front. I know the modern more modern one, so this is a generation 1 Porsche GT3 RS. I know the generation 2 you have sort of little vents and things like that. Around the Nürburgring it's roughly about 11 seconds, so there's not much. It's more down to aero. Speed, it's the same. There's not much difference in speed. It's more aerodynamic. So Tony's one, which is very well, it's pink, it's different. That's a generation 2 car. So this is a generation 1. All I could afford, but I'm pretty happy with my purchase, so I'm not complaining. And I think these ones are the ones as well which are holding the money. Obviously generation, what is holding these ones up in value is the generation 2s. They're sitting at the same price. So a rough price for a Porsche GT3 RS, if you're wondering, is between 160 to 190,000 pounds for a generation 1, very mileage dependent. This is a low mileage car, so you know, it's good in terms of value, etc. If you're going for a higher mileage one, obviously it would be less, but generation 2, they're roughly sitting at 210, 220. They're still going for way over list. Porsches seem to hold their value very well, which is a positive thing when owning a car like this. But what I also want to do is that I want to get my Mercedes A45, and I want to get that alongside this, because at the moment, if you're not aware, I now own a purple car, ultraviolet let's say, and a yellow car, so you're not going to miss me driving around, put it that way. One last look at the back because it's chaos. Look at it there. So I am going to be using it. That is one of the things, because they're so good on value. Drive it, use it. That's what all my friends are saying, and Dean and Tony and everyone. They're like, just use it. And you know what? I'm going to do exactly that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get back in my Porsche with my key and get driving once again. I'm just going to be driving all day, so if you see me around, say hi. Leave your comments down below as always of what you want to see coming up next, mods, etc. And that doesn't include colour. Colour's not changing, by the way. That could include anything such as exhaust or any ideas you have. Let's keep this one the colour it is. Hope this come across okay, because I've just been too excited. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, guys, and I'll see you all very soon.